In this video, I'm going to show you guys how to maintain and wash your microfiber towels properly and teach you what makes a towel a microfiber and why they're so amazing in the auto detailing world. Now let's get straight into it. What's up YouTube? This is Luke Wilson and welcome to the Wilson Auto Detailing YouTube channel. Now, obviously, microfiber towels have pretty much taken over the auto detailing world, and terry cloth towels or like 100% cotton, like things like that, they're really not even used whatsoever in the detailing world, at least for most people. Microfiber towels have won the contest, and for very good reason. Now, what is a microfiber towel? Well, a microfiber towel is made of pretty much two substances, and that's going to be polyester and polyamide. Now, polyamide is pretty much just nylon, and of course polyester is a lot of times manufactured into t-shirts that people wear, right? You have like 50-50 cotton polyester blends, things like that. And in the same way that t-shirts are kind of manufactured that way, a lot of microfiber towels are manufactured that way, in that these towels are going to be somewhere, normally the average is going to be something like 70-30 polyester polyamide. Now, of course, that raises the question, why are they made of polyester and nylon, or polyester and polyamide? Well, because polyester and polyamide together make for a just superior cleaning ability, because polyester is going to be the part of the microfiber towel that kind of scrubs things and grabs things. If you've ever moved your hand or just moved a microfiber towel across any surface, you'll see that it kind of grabs, especially if you're cleaning something like carpet. A lot of times it's difficult to rub it across carpet because it so grabs the fibers of the carpet. Well, that's the polyester part of the cloth. Then, of course, the polyamide is going to be the absorption part of the microfiber towel. Now, more often than not, the towel is going to be made of more polyester. It's going to have a greater ratio of polyester to polyamide. So microfiber towels, as a rule, are not going to be the most absorbent materials in the world. So things like 100% cotton are going to absorb water or absorb solution much quicker, but these towels still absorb very, very well, and it's kind of what makes them so incredible. Now, the typical microfiber towel, once again, is going to be about 70-30 polyester to polyamide. However, that's going to change based on specifications and where you buy it and what exactly you're looking for, whether you're shopping for a glass microfiber towel or just a dusting microfiber towel, or things like that. But you can find 80-20 blends, you can even find 60-40, but the thickness of microfiber towels are going to be measured in GSM, and the higher that number is, the more thick the microfiber towel pile is going to be. The lower the GSM is, the thinner, more kind of the lower pile the microfiber towel fibers is going to be. So in other words, a lower GSM number is going to be more like a glass specific microfiber towel, whereas a higher GSM number, maybe about 350, is going to be something like this. It's going to be very good for general all-purpose cleaning. Now, here is a good side-by-side comparison of a pretty dramatic difference in the thickness of the pile of these two microfiber towels. This microfiber towel has a much lower pile, and it makes for a much thinner towel. This microfiber towel, the GSM is about between 300 and 350, and it makes for a thicker pile and just kind of a superior cleaning, absorbing, scrubbing experience. So something like this microfiber towel is going to be reserved more for things like engines or tires, more like the dirty work. I'm not really concerned about what I'm using this on, because these are kind of like throwaway disposable towels. These are what I use to clean carpets, interior. I use these even on the exterior to take wax off, to use something like Optimum No Rinse to clean the exterior of the car. Microfiber towels like these are of a higher GSM value, and once again, this is about between 300 and 350 grams per square inch, and this is what I prefer for almost 100% of my cleaning that I do. But you're also gonna have these really high valued GSM microfiber towels that are very high piled. They're a lot of times called plush microfiber towels, and they're used for like drying the outside and things like that. And they're very, very soft, and the pile is very, very high. And you'll find that they don't have a lot of almost gripping or scrubbing ability, but they do have a lot of absorbency ability, which makes sense, right? Because you're getting less of the polyester and you're getting more of the polyamide, because their main job is to absorb water, and so you want more of the substance that has the absorbency value. And so even if you rubbed a microfiber towel like that, one of those high GSM, you'll see that the sides of the microfiber towel will just kind of rub past each other because it really doesn't grip anything. And those microfiber towels you're looking at a GSM number of like upwards of 400, 450, 500, very, very high value. Now let's go ahead and get into exactly how I maintain and wash and dry my microfiber towels to extend their life as much as is possible and realistic. Now, as far as washing microfiber towels go, a lot of detailers that have their own like shop, that most of the time they're not really mobile, but if you have your own shop, a lot of times they have their own separate washer and dryer at the shop that is solely dedicated to washing microfiber towels, which is awesome if you have the funds to do that. But a lot of us are beginning, or a lot of you guys following this channel are beginner detailers, or you're just do-it-yourselfers, or you're a mobile detailer and you're just using your washer and dryer that you have at your house because your home kind of is your office. And so it's important to understand that, number one, when you're washing really, really dirty microfiber towels in the washer, when you get done, sometimes there will be this film that has kind of like adhered to the washing kind of bucket inside the washer that needs to be wiped off, or there's a ring at the top where you can see the water filled up to a certain point and then drain, because the water gets so dirty because you're dealing with such dirt and chemicals that the water just gets super dirty and it ends up leaving this film and this ring on the inside of the washer. And of course, you're going to want to, get that off before you put your clothes in there. Now, rule number one, and this probably is pretty obvious, but you want to categorize or separate your microfiber towels into kind of how you use them, what you use them on, and how dirty they get. Because if you're washing microfiber towels that just remove wax and don't really ever get dirty with the same microfiber towels that you like scrub carpet with or like tires, well then you're just kind of ruining the microfiber towel that's pretty clean and that doesn't really get dirty when you don't have to, because you're soaking it in that dirty water when it really wasn't dirty in the first place. So I separate all of my microfiber towels by color pretty much. Most of my blue microfiber towels are going to be what I use on the inside. Most of my yellow microfiber towels are going to be waxing towels. They're going to be outside towels that really don't get dirty. These are specifically reserved for like finishing windows, finishing paint, things like that. And then I have these really low pile microfiber towels that are kind of multicolored, and I use these for tires, engines, and things like that. So I don't wash these tire and engines towels with the same towels that I remove wax with, because I would just be unnecessarily ruining a lot of towels and really losing money and just not being able to kind of do the job I do, because if these collect dirt and grime and I'm washing them with the same towels I wax with, well now this towel has a huge potential of scratching the paint because it's got all this nastiness from this towel that I washed it with. So I'm never going to wash all of them at one time. I'm separating them into different categories and different washes. Rule number two: if you're dealing with horribly dirty microfiber towels like your engine towels, your tire towels, it may even be a good idea to fill up a bucket, and I do this, fill up a bucket full of water and detergent, and I just let those horribly dirty ones sit in that warm water and detergent to kind of get the majority of that horrible dirt off before I stick them in the washer, because I want to kind of, be mindful of the washer itself, not trying to ruin anything by putting in all this crazy dirty towels into the washer. So really being mindful of everything at every point. Now, as far as the actual detergent that I use to wash microfiber towels with, it's actually a very simple answer. And of course, in the auto detailing industry, there's all these specific detergents or specific soaps that are microfiber microfiber towel specific. Griot's Garage has it, Meguiar's has it, all these big name companies have those, but I've never really been impressed with those specific microfiber washes. I've never looked too far into it, but in the past 7 years of doing this, I've never used them consistently, and it's just not something that I think needs to be overthought. But what I use is actually very simple. I go for the detergent that has no fabric softener, no kind of color added, and then no scent added. And that's the most basic detergent you can get, right? It's going to be pretty much the most cheap one you can buy, which is great, but it also works great. I'm not looking for my towels to smell good. I'm not trying to put fabric softener in them. Those things have a tendency to kind of almost limit the lifespan of the microfiber towels, but in a lot of ways we overthink microfiber towel washing because we're trying to make them last forever, and at the end of the day, microfiber towels are very disposable a lot of times, and they don't necessarily need to be treated so delicately because you're gonna have to regularly buy new microfiber towels if you're a pro detailer because you use them so much. Now, other than colorless, softenerless, and scentless detergent, it's also important to note that you don't really want to use any sort of powder like OxiClean or like starch, anything like that, because the powder tends to just not really dissolve all that much and it gets caught in the fibers of the microfiber towel and it makes for kind of an annoying user experience, and you end up getting it on the stuff you're cleaning. Now, regarding what you do when you're actually washing the towels is going to depend on what towels you're washing. For example, for my dirtiest towels, I'm going to set the water onto hot cold. Now, a lot of people would say don't put it on hot because that'll degrade the microfiber towel quicker. Well, agreed, but because they're my worst towels, these are very disposable, and if the washer and dryer ruin them, well, I'm just going to get new ones anyways. Again, these are being used on tires, engines, etc. So I want the water to be as hot as possible to get as much of that grime and dirt out of there. But for my interior towels that are much more delicate and they don't collect quite as much dirt, I'm just going to set it on warm cold. And once again, this is something that people debate whether or not you should use warm water because it's going to make the towel degrade quicker. But I do the same thing with my waxing towels. I put it on warm cold, and for some of my waxing towels, because they're so clean, I will just do cold because I'm not removing any sort of heavy dirt. Now, I always like to set the load size to large load because I want as much water as I can to rinse through the towels to really get as much of that soap and detergent and dirt out of there. And because, once again, microfiber towels are being used in so many dirty places and they're collecting so much crazy stuff, I want to be able to rinse as much as I can through those towels. Now, with the speed settings, I like to put it on either normal or heavy duty, depending, once again, on the towels I'm dealing with. Normal, of course, is for my waxing towels, for my interior towels. I'm not really concerned about the difference between like delicate and normal. I'm going to go ahead and set it to normal because I want my microfiber towels to be beat up a little bit in the washer to really get that dirt and that grime out. But with heavy duty, I'm definitely going to set heavy duty for my more grimy, nasty towels that are engines, tires, things like that, because I really want these to be wrung out and beat up because they collect so much crazy dirt. Now, I will just fill all of my microfiber towels up in the washer and pour the detergent over the towels, just like I would do with clothes, no big deal. I never want to overflow the washer with microfiber towels, so I'm going to stop putting microfiber towels in at about halfway, because once again, when you're putting in so many towels that collect so much dirt, if you put in more than halfway, you're putting in so much dirt that the washer really doesn't have the capability to really wash all of them out to 100% and to the best of its ability. And so I want to stop at about the halfway line, and if that means I have to do 2 loads, then that's totally fine with me. Now, drying microfiber towels is a fairly simple process, and this is a little bit more, delicate, or it requires a little bit more attention because the drying process is obviously going to have much more of an effect on the degrading process of the towel because the dryers just get so hot. And so as a rule, I really don't dry towels on anything more than your dryer might say delicate or low heat or like wrinkle free or just like fluff. So whatever the lowest heat setting is on your dryer, that's what I would choose when I'm drying these. I don't want much heat, and I want the lowest heat I can possibly use. So I'll just toss whatever microfiber towels I just washed into the dryer. And once again, I don't dry the separate categorized microfiber towels together. If these are the load of my engine and tire towels, I'm drying those together, just like I washed them together. And if they're my interior towels, I'm washing and drying them together. I'm not mixing them because, once again, they're dealing with totally separate parts of the car, and I don't want to get what engines pick up on my interior towels. But once again, I just put them into the dryer on low heat, and then I don't use any sort of like dryer sheet, okay? Because those tend to break down in really horrible ways with microfiber towels, and there's just no need because they're cleaning towels, they're not clothes, you don't need dryer sheets, but the microfiber towels have such a tendency to grab things that it will grab those dryer sheets, and it either doesn't break it down or it breaks it down all on like one sheet, and it really makes things kind of difficult. Now when they get done drying, and again, the drying process might take a little bit more time because you're doing such low heat, so it might take more time, but once again, the low heat is going to extend the life of your microfiber towel, and it just allows the microfiber towel to kind of hold its cleaning ability. It keeps it from breaking down, so it stays absorbent, it stays good at like scrubbing, picking up things. It just extends the life of the towel. And the last step that really of this whole process is when I remove the towels from the dryer, I'll just slowly look through each one, well, not slowly, but I'll just quickly look through each one to make sure that no like twigs or rocks were in them from where I like packaged them and took them. I'm transporting these everywhere, so I just want to make sure that there's no like lint or dust or anything in particular that could damage anything, and I make sure that they're totally clean, and I put them in their respective piles, in their respective bags, and all that. And very last thing I'll say about this is because microfiber towels pick up so much stuff, it is a good idea to just change the dryer filter out pretty often if you're, washing and drying microfiber towels on a regular basis, because they do pick up so much dust and lint and stuff that it is going to collect in this dryer filter. So guys, that's pretty much it. It's not too complicated, but it definitely does take some know-how, and definitely there are some strategies and techniques that are going to help you, and it doesn't need to be oversimplified, but microfiber towels and maintaining them and washing them does tend to be a little bit overcomplicated in the detailing world. Now, guys, if this video helped you, make sure to give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, make sure to hook those up in the comments section below. And if you're new here to the Wilson Auto Detailing community, then consider subscribing, because I come out with daily videos on tips and tricks, not only for the professional detailers, but also for the do-it-yourselfers or the car enthusiasts who don't necessarily detail on a professional level, but definitely love to deal with their own cars and want to stay up to date on the best products, tools, and strategies to use, but also things like business skills, communication skills, and all of that sort of stuff. So if you're new, consider subscribing. And everyone, thank you so much for watching. And from Luke here at Wilson Auto Detailing, I will see you guys in the next video. What's up, YouTube? This is Luke. What's up?
I was just seeing what you were doing because you keep coughing.
Oh, I'm just making a video because I'm trying to do something productive. Now, once again, do it again. Ready?